Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. And as you can see, I have a guest. And yes, he's back. I have the pleasure and honor to have my very good friend, Tony from London, on the show again. Hi, Tony. How are you?
Hey Alex, all right, mate? Yeah, doing good, doing good. I had a break, I had a sabbatical, if you want to call it. My spirit said, time out, time out. I don't know why. I've got no reasons. I just follow my spirit. And it's done me good. Yeah, I feel more charged, energy, healthier. But yeah, I think I burned myself out without realizing. I go too much. I get too enthusiastic and then I'm depleted. So yeah, I listen to my spirit. But yeah, doing all right.
Yes, mate, it happens to everyone. I mean, I kind of sensed it at the time. You wanted to take a break, and that was perfect. And I mentioned it in a few shows because through the comments a few times, I saw a few comments of where is Tony and stuff like that. And
Oh, thank
and in a way, it happens to everyone that sometimes you just want to stop and kind of
Yeah,
look elsewhere for a while, and then you're recharged.
yeah,
You come recharged. You look great. Yeah, you're right. I can see
yeah, right.
you look healthy. You look great. I'm a little bit under the weather. I apologize if I
Yeah.
sneeze or cough during the show. And
I
today
don't,
we
I
have
don't
we
remember.
yes, I know. I'll try to point out.
Yes, do it.
Uh, so today we have a great topic. Thank you for suggesting it, Tony, about programming. Programming, we're not talking about coding or anything like that. We're talking about something like the movie They Live. How does this basically subliminal messages that the system is trying to send us through everything, I need to clarify, through everything. Newspaper, magazine, books, yes, books as well, books, of course, all the TV programming, movies, series, Netflix, YouTube, everything. This video could be a programming, or they could insert something. And I'm going to start off just by saying that I feel, Tony, with this programming, you have to follow your intuition. And when something is giving you a bad vibe, stop it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to share a little story that I was watching a video on YouTube 3 years ago or something like that. It seemed to be, there was a new age kind of video, and there's a new phase in humanity coming and all that kind of stuff. As I was watching it, mate, started feeling ill, started
Mm.
feeling really bad. So I stopped it like a minute and a half in, and I have a friend. Uh, she hasn't been on the show or anything like that, but she sees stuff. Okay, she can sense stuff, and she can scan you in a way. Okay, kind
Mm.
of energetically speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
So she said, yes, there was something in that video. It's attaching to people that watch it. I know this is deep
Oh.
stuff. This is deep
Yeah.
stuff, like The Ring, remember something like that? But
Yeah.
not that dramatic, okay?
Yeah.
Uh, but it's the energy is attaching, and I do believe that happens, mate. That happens with movies, like horror movies. That
Yeah.
happens with some series. That happens with newspapers. That happens with books. Some
Yeah.
deep, creepy books. Okay, that
Yeah.
the energy of the book can
But yeah.
attach to you, even if it's temporarily. So with
Yeah.
that, I'll pass it on to you. Tell us
Sure.
about programming. How you feel about that?
All right, mate. Thanks. Great introduction. Yeah, that's set me up for this. So, yeah, I just thought the idea of programming. We watch TV. Well, I don't, but most people. We read books. All the stuff you just said, and then the programs we run, i.e., the programs that are in our heads, that the TV, the books, the movies, the radio have given us. So we absorb it from the world around us, and they become our habits. So we watch certain types of program, and that becomes our frequency. Certain people like drama, certain people like romance, certain people like action, certain people like gaming, violence, anime. But they once they watch it enough and repeat watching it, that becomes their habit, their frequency. So I would say that, yeah, the things that we watch, like you mentioned a great film earlier, They Live, which if no one's seen it, I would recommend it. It's one of my top 5 films to watch. And in that film, the character in it, he finds a pair of glasses in a box of glasses, special glasses. He puts them on, and it deciphers the world as it really is. So it tells him what the book means or a billboard, and it's telling him obey or consume, reproduce, um, spend, whatnot. It's all this messaging, and we are getting that messaging, but we don't understand it. We see it as just part of life. It's normal. That's life. That's what it is. So when you see a billboard of a guy on a yacht with beautiful women drinking Bacardi or rum in the Caribbean, you just think it's an advert. It's nothing, no big deal. But it's messaging and programming to you to say this is the ideal. This is what you should aim for. This is your goal. It's subtly telling you this is the ideal that you should be chasing. And we don't understand it, but when we go to book a holiday in the Caribbean, we don't know why we did it. Well, it's all the images around us and all the adverts and the programming, the movies, and it's very subtle. But when you're aware of it, you understand why people do what they do. So yeah, the programs are in images and movies everywhere, and then we become the program of that programming. So we become like a robot, an extension of the programs. And yeah, I just see it as it's massively important for anyone who doesn't understand it or is not aware that they're being influenced, even by a brand of cornflakes. I'll buy Kellogg's or buy this or Coca-Cola or Pepsi. They're being manipulated. Instead of saying, well, I don't want to drink sugary drinks, I'll drink water or iced lemon water, they think the only option is Coca-Cola or Pepsi. It's subtle, but they are being manipulated to follow the path that is shown. And it's such a big subject that we all should be aware of. And yeah, programming is the key thing to know if you want to be independent minded and a free thinker. So yeah, They Live is one great film to check out. I would say, look at that one.
I agree with you. It's one of my favorite movies, and not really for the cinema value, I mean, or the acting or anything. Nothing like that. Is the message, the story. So I believe it's 100% like that. I mean, so another interesting point of They Live, which doesn't have to do a lot with programming, in a way, yes, is that there are two different kind of people. One are real, like the character in the movie. He's a
Yes.
real human being, and that, and they are. It seems like the majority. There are some kind of fake alien type people. So it attaches to the story of NPCs. I don't know if you have heard of that term or
non-player character.
Non-playing character. Yes, that the percent of humanity is actually an organic portal. They also call them. Basically, there's nothing there. Okay, it's like it's real, yes, but it's not a there's nothing there. It's like really a car or a tree. I mean, not even a tree, a car, a door, or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's no soul and no spirit, basically. It's just a body.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's a side story of the movie, because that's clear to me was about there's two different kinds of humans. Okay, even if they appear perfectly the same. Okay.
Yeah.
About programming, it works in a way that is very evil to me, or very disingenuous, because they program us for everything, man. Drink alcohol, smoke, eat fast food, whatever, be lazy, and they throw all these things at us unconsciously. I don't believe, of course, it's not conscious, like you say. You see the billboard of the rum in the Caribbean, and have a drink, and you deserve it, and these kind of things. And then when people get addicted, it's our fault. You are the one. You're the one that is weak. You are the one. They are throwing this stuff at us. Of course, you have to be really strong not to fall for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, it's not a justification on addictions or anything like that, but it's really evil how it works. Even I don't want to talk a lot about the health field, because the platform doesn't like that, but even in that field, I mean, I remember going when I had checking my ailments with energy, and I remember a few years ago, and one doctor telling me, well, you need to eat better, you need to exercise more, and and he was, almost like that, but like an image. He was
Yeah.
overweight with a cigarette or
Go.
something like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so you're sending me these messages, which are fine, they're good suggestions, but they come from a system that is, like that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the disease with the C. I'm not going to say it again for the
Oh,
platform,
yes.
but that starts with a
I know.
C.
Yeah.
Are there any doctors that, for example, they suggest the treatments and that they're very invasive? That they say, hey, what's your stress? How's your emotional stress doing? How do you handle problems? How do you handle all this emotional drama and that? Because no, man,
Yeah.
it's like a system that throws this stuff at us, and then when stuff happens, it's our fault.
Yeah.
So that's the part of programming that to me is very evil. Okay, it's
Yeah.
very evil, and when I want to say this is not something against the US, but there's something going on in the US, particularly that a lot of people are very large meat. Like how
Okay.
much, how much, how much they have to eat to be like that. But I'm talking
Yeah.
really big.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not against overweight people. I'm not skinny. I mean, I'm not like that, but I'm not skinny. So there's nothing against that. But for me, there's something else going on. I remember telling my wife one time, this is not normal. I mean,
Yeah.
how much do you really have to eat? How many calories per day do you have to eat to be like that?
Yeah.
This is because there's something else going on. They
I
want,
heard about that, actually.
sorry?
There's a theory on that. There's a theory on why they're so big. That there's not enough nutrition in the food. That's just a theory, and they
Okay.
have to eat overeat to get that nutrition in because the food is so poor. I mean, I believe that could be part of it. Um, why they need to eat so much. But yeah, that is a theory I heard. They have to eat so much just to get the minerals and the vitamins because the food is so lacking. I don't know what you make of that.
It could be made, but I think, yes, that could be one, that could be it, by the way, of course, on
Mm,
its own. Makes a lot of sense. But I think there's something else.
mm,
I believe there are programs, and I shared with you before recording that I had a guest. She doesn't watch this channel. She was on the Spanish channel, Anna from Spain. She sees stuff, okay? She sees the astral, and she can hear beings and disembodied beings and stuff like that. And she
yeah,
also has something called clairvoyance, which is the ability to hear the programs. Of course,
yeah,
they don't work on her. They don't work on her because she has that ability to dissolve them, but
sure.
she can hear the stuff. And it says it's so subtle. It's like a little voice out there that she
Yeah,
can hear them on videos, on music, on the newscast, and
got
it's
ya.
a little voice that is inserted there,
Ah,
and it's
right.
telling you stuff. Be overweight, eat a lot,
Right.
stuff like that, like things that
Subliminal.
don't. Sorry,
Subliminal.
it's
Subliminals.
similar to they live, but in through
Yeah.
audio, not.
Ah, that's sinister, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I believe, like you could say, what we can do about is, well, first of all, realize it that there's programming everywhere, and I
Yeah.
think I share many times. For example, I like very much American football, which is similar to rugby.
Yeah.
I like it very much. It's a spectacle to me. I enjoy it. But I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't possess me. I don't get upset if my team loses anymore. I used to, like 20 years
Used
ago.
to.
I mean, I used to be part of the programming, but then I
Yeah.
realized, does this serve me?
That's
Does,
it.
does this help me? I can enjoy it, and then don't take part of the program.
Yeah.
Same thing going to a concert, same thing going to a movie, same thing going wherever.
Yeah.
You can be part of it. You don't need to go to the mountains and they're out there on a monastery. No,
No,
that's one
no.
way of getting out of the program, because they don't
Yeah.
get newspapers, they don't get even books, they don't talk to each other, mate.
Yeah. But that's not
So
really living, is it?
that's
It's not.
exactly that's a way. You want to
Yeah.
do that. You want a life in solitary. That's fine. You're not going to be subjected to a programming.
Yeah.
But the other part is, let's get the best of two worlds. Is realize that on everything there's program. On
Yeah.
everything there's an agenda. For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. You watch the news. Everything you're listening to has an intention. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time, honestly, the intention is to scare you. And I remember after the events of September 2001, you will watch CNN. I think I've shared this story a few times. Blanket alert, possible situation brewing or something. What is that, man? What is that? It's like saying there's a possibility something happens today, but you be
Yeah.
scared, okay?
Be scared.
Be
Be
scared. Be
afraid.
alert. Be alert. Blanket
Yeah.
alert. Like basically saying, I don't know. We don't know anything. There's nothing going on. But you know what? How about you feel scared? And
Yeah.
that's why I say the US is particular, man. The US is particular. There's nothing wrong, and there's not an attack on Americans, please.
No.
But I remember when the Boston Marathon bombing happened, I was in an airport, okay? Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And there's a lot of Americans that go there, direct flights to the US. And we were actually an hour before boarding, and it just happened. And they show it on the TVs of the restaurant, and all the Americans got together. And I asked someone because I didn't know. I mean, what's going on? Something happened in the US. Yes, a bombing in Boston, and that. Well, that's a pity. I mean, oh
Yeah.
no, but we are gonna bomb Syria, and that. How do you know who it was? I mean, this
Oh,
immediate call to action. I don't know how to say it, man. Like you're in this alert state all the time. Everyone
yeah.
is attacking us. That's a program.
That's it. That's exactly it, isn't it? They need to keep people in fear constantly, so they can't relax. They can't feel content in themselves. They can't relax and go, oh, I'm happy. I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right. Because that means they're not dependent on the system anymore for so much. So it's like, well, we can't let them be happy. We can't let them be relaxed. Keep them in fear. Just fire fear at them all the time. Keep them in fear. Keep them in a state of tension and anger. And that also helps keep them divide and rule. And it is these certain. And I don't have a TV license, but I had a letter yesterday from the BBC saying it's the sixth letter. I shred them. I put them in I thought, let me
No,
read
but
it.
wait, if you don't have a TV, you are not obligated. That I remember
I
that from the
know.
UK.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they said that if you had an iPad or something like that. No, it's not like that. Or
They reckon if you watch or record live TV
okay,
on any device, so if it's a computer, a laptop,
whatever
or a
it is.
TV, you need a license. But I don't watch the BBC. I don't like BBC iPlayer. I don't have a TV, and I don't watch live TV. So I just think, why are you bothering me? And they're threatening to come round, knock on my door to check if I've got a TV. And I'm going to say, well, you're not coming in. I've got a camera. I'm going to record it if they come round. So, under what law are you here? What authority do you have? Well, you wasted your journey. Off you go. It's just they're trying to bully people into buying a license, which is £170,
I know it's
which
very
is
expensive. A
for a
year,
year.
a year is not lifetime or anything like that.
Yeah,
Do you know where the TV license in Europe comes from, mate? How it
no.
started? World War II.
Oh, okay.
Countries said we need to rebuild, so let's put a new tax. You got a
Ah,
TV,
yeah.
you got to pay for a license,
That's
and
it.
uh, and I think Europe is pretty rebuilt by now. So the typical thing, and I think they said back then, once we rebuild, we're gonna take it away because it's just for helping out
Oh, right. Yeah. They
during the
never do.
rebuild. No, they never do. Same with
No.
taxes on cars. Same with taxes on. Uh, I mean, for the people that want more taxes, they're taxing you. Every time you buy something, you pay taxes
Yeah.
everywhere, which is
And
bad.
when you die, they want
Value
tax.
added tax. Value added. What value? I
Yeah.
mean, what value is? I
Yeah.
mean, you pay something one, and it has an 8%. Here in Mexico is 16%. In Italy, it's
Okay.
21% value added tax.
17 and a half. Yeah.
Oh, in the UK, 17 and a half.
Yeah.
The US is 8%, which is more reasonable in a
Yeah.
way. But yeah, that's how TV license started. And
Okay. But
and
yeah,
I remember a friend of mine in the UK. So they got a TV, and he said, "I'm not gonna pay for the license." All right. So every time you know in apartments that you get this ringer that someone is at the door of the
yeah.
apartments, so you can open them.
Intercom. Yeah.
So every time it will ring and we're watching TV, he says, "No, it's a TV license. Throw it out of the balcony."
Panic. Yeah. But no, I don't want to get
And
involved.
mate, I mean, I'm sorry, this is a side story for the ones watching, but I think it's funny. And uh, in Italy, it's also 4 channels or something like that. Right 1, right 2, right 3, and I don't know what
Okay.
really covered Italia 1 and Channel 5. In the UK, I think it's ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, BBC 1 and 2, something like that. 5 channels
Yeah. And you've got the
for a
Freeview.
country,
There's about another 40 more on Freeview.
which is, with all due respect, garbage. I mean,
Yeah, it's complete garbage.
okay.
Yeah. When I watched it, they're all rubbish. They're all rubbish. But yeah. But also, I don't trust what they put on TV because there's a thing called subliminals messages,
Yes,
and I
they
saw it
live.
in Colombo. They live as well.
Mm.
But in Colombo, there was an episode where a guy was putting. He had a cinema, his own private cinema, and his guest was in it, his friends, and he was putting one frame of a picture of a nice cold beer in, and he sliced it into the film. He taped it in, and it's just one little frame, and it caught this man's, and then he put salt, like a pot of salt or a hot sun. It's one little frame, and one guy saw it, he kept watching it. I'm hot. I've got to go out and get a drink. So he went out and got a drink, and he got murdered by the guy that set it up. And I thought that's interesting. So they can influence you by one frame that you don't consciously see, but your subconscious sees it. So it goes straight through your critical thinking into your subconscious, and then you act on it without realizing where it come from. So once I learned that, I thought that's another reason not to watch TV. But yeah, subliminals. You don't know what they're sending through in between frames, and it's quite scary that we put ourselves at their mercy by buying their products and reading their books and watching their movies and TV. And the more you realize how much influence they have, the more you don't want to go near it because you feel like a puppet on a string. You're literally not your own mind. You do not have your own thinking. Because I think how it works is, yeah, they repeat it. It's repetition. They keep repeating it, and then when you watch it over a period of time, that becomes a mental habit. So it's now familiar, and you're in tune with it energetically. Your frequency is in tune with that program or whatever it is. And then because it's now a habit, say 30 days, and you keep looking for it because when you don't have it, oh, where's my program? I want to watch my program. You feel like you're missing something, and it's repetition and habit forming, which is how they get us. And I think life in itself is just a series of habits. Like me, I get up in the morning, have breakfast, make a cup of tea, I do what I've got to do, and it's set routines. But I'm conscious of what I'm doing. They're my choices. But when I used to watch TV, I would say things that the characters on TV say, like catchphrases. I think, why did I say that? Oh, that's the TV show I watch. That's what that character does. And I realised that's not me. I'm mimicking what's shown to me. And it's repetition. And I think that's how they get us. They get us into habits that are not ours. And that's the programming. So yeah, it's just being aware of it, isn't it? And like you say, books. There's many books that you could read that are not they seem innocent on the surface, but then when you read it, they're dropping hints like, oh, there's weather warning. The world's going to fall apart because the weather changing, and little hints. Oh, do you need a new medicinal intervention? This guy's got such and such a disease, and it's like they're dropping seeds. They're planting seeds in your mind about what they want you to believe, but you see it as a story. It's like, oh, it's only a story. It's innocent. No, no, no. These are guiding you to believe a certain thing, certain way, and it's habit. Yeah. So there's many examples, mate. I don't know where else you would say to go with this, but
I'm gonna ask you, why do you think they show it in Colombo? They allow They Live to be in YouTube because I think you can watch it in YouTube. Well, at least some scenes. This disclosure, mate. It's like we're doing this stuff, okay?
yeah,
And
yeah,
and it's some kind of strange making it right in their mind. I don't know what they're thinking, honestly, but that's
yeah,
why they claim all the information is out there. It's very dispersed. It's very hard to find. It's very hard to come to the right conclusions, but everything is out there. We share it. Okay. So I do believe, mate, that what you were saying of showing one frame and that goes to the subconscious or unconscious. So for me, it's basically the same. I know there are two different states. Subconscious is kind of in the middle between conscious and unconscious. But that goes out there, and that's where everything or limiting beliefs, things you don't feel, you don't know that you are limited by this idea that is in you, unconscious, goes there. So they send you stuff. You're weak. Obey. Bow down.
That's
Don't
it.
like stuff like that, and it goes to your unconscious, and you're like that.
Yes.
I just want to share a little story. There was a show that didn't see the light of the day of Maria, that Maria, that she was recently here on a dubbed episode, and it was on a different channel. She works on a foundation, and there's a little bit more production wise. There was one guy following in the background and stuff like that. So after the end, this guy was also out there hearing stuff. I mean, that kind of, just bear with me, and you know what I'm trying to say. Someone that hears more or sees more than the regular person. And he says, guys, we're not going to be able to upload this because there were messages in the background. Like that, mate. We were talking, Maria and I didn't hear anything. And he said in the production part, he was adjusting volumes because it was a little bit more elaborated than the regular organic show like this one, that there's no production behind any of this. I'm the production guy after the show is done. He said there were messages. He couldn't make them out. So he said, I don't feel right uploading this. And I said, no, it's fine. I mean, I don't like it that we wasted the time, but and in my opinion, came out a great show. But apparently, through technology, mate, I don't know, or are these messages out here and we just don't hear them? Is it some kind of other dimension that creeps in and inserts these messages? But it's everywhere. And I don't want to knock on religious people, but I'm pretty sure it's out there on mass and on churches and all that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they are not going to leave that out. Okay. If anything, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
No, I just wanted to say that I've shared this on the Spanish channel a couple of times recently, that of course I don't go to mass anymore and that, but I still go for weddings, for unfortunately when there's a passing. And it's amazing now, mate. It's like I go there with the glasses of they live. And finally I hear the mass. I don't think I was hearing it 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I was just being part of it. But now I hear, and it's amazing, the program. It's deep, the program. If you start hearing what they're saying, okay. And
it is.
And my wife and I are very aligned on that. So the mother of a friend passed a few months ago, and we went there, and I said, "Do you hear the program?" Yes. And I because I don't want to.
You mean the priest? Do you mean the priest?
The man, yes, everything they say, man, everything. Everything they read and that, it's amazing, the program.
It's deep, isn't it?
It's very deep. It's very deep. It's a programming of victimization. It's a programming that you need saving. It's a programming that there's someone to blame, because it depends on the priest. Some priests are more belligerent than others. When you get a belligerent priest, he's like, wow, amazing. It's judgment all the way, and and we're in that right side of judgment because we're with God, we're with Christ. So we're fine. But the ones that are not are gonna be suffering forever. And wow.
Politics, isn't it?
And everyone is like, yes, yeah. It's amazing, man. It's a very deep, ancient form of deep programming. And I think they told us that in a movie, The Book of Eli. Do you remember that one with Denzel Washington? It's an apocalyptic environment. I mean, it's after a nuclear war or something. that
Yeah.
he was carrying the Bible, a copy of the
Okay.
Bible, that there were no more copies of the Bible, and he was carrying one, and it was so important that they wanted to take that away from him,
Sure. Yes.
kind of a criminal landlord, and everyone was, what's the importance of this book? And no, it's huge, because it will
Yeah.
control the masses.
That's it.
And they finally destroy it or something happens, but he memorized it. So he arrived to a sanctuary place, and he, before dying, because he was really injured and that, because fighting the warlord and that,
Sure.
they were able to transcribe it, kind of
Sure.
leaving you the message. And there's nothing wrong with the Bible. I've read it, and there's nothing wrong. But I did some shows recently in the Book of Enoch and the Lost Gospel of Thomas, and those are great readings, honestly. Compared,
Sure.
they diluted the Bible, okay, and they
Okay.
put what they wanted to have there. And I
Yeah.
think it has to do whatever you see at mass is what they left with the Bible. Okay. Sorry about
Right.
that. Go ahead, man.
Oh, that's good. It's good stuff. It's all programming, isn't it? It's like I watched this program. It was online, YouTube. Darren Brown. He's an illusionist. You heard of him? Darren Brown.
Not really. No.
He's a British guy. He's a bit like David Blaine. He does tricks.
Okay.
What he does, he hypnotizes people. Stage hypnotist. And there's people on stage, and he can put them asleep. And he says like sleep. You know, and they literally fall asleep. And he did a show in Hamleys, the toy shop in Regent Street in London, where a woman came to meet him there. He said, "Oh, welcome, nice to see you. Come in." And the shop was empty, but it was for the show. So he let her in. He said, "Right, follow me." And it was all subliminal. And what it was, the minute she walked in the door, there was a giant toy giraffe made of like fluffy toy. And there's all these other toys everywhere. And she didn't really look at it. So she walks in, they go round in a circle, and there's all the walls, or parts of the wall, a giraffe pattern. And then he goes up, there's a little giraffe on the side of the table. And but there's millions of toys. But it's the theme, where he guided her, was the theme was a giraffe. And by the time they got to the top, he said, "Right, I want you to pick an animal." And he was saying things like, you know, giraffe to get the right number to win, and it was giraffe in the word that he disguised, stuff like that, and it was all hinting at giraffe. And he made her pick the right word, the right picture, the right whatever it was he had in his hand, and she was like, "Wow, how did you know?" And he led her there. He led her to pick it, but she didn't see the subliminals on the way upstairs. And it's when you watch it, it's called Darren Brown, Illusionist. And it's amazing. It just shows you. And he showed you back. He replayed it. He said, "Look, when you was downstairs, did you see the big fluffy giraffe?" She went, "No, I didn't notice it. But her subconscious did." And then they walked around. "Did you see the pattern on the wall? Everywhere the wall, little bit of wall, the pattern." She went, "No, I didn't notice it." "No, but your subconscious did." And that's how they get us. We're not aware because we're not alert enough. And he's a great guy to look into, Darren Brown. And he actually made one called The Heist, where he controlled this man to commit armed robbery, to rob a security van with a gun. And the guy was a normal guy, but because of what Darren Brown told him, he believed he was in this environment and that this money was his. And the story that Darren Brown told him made sense. So, yeah, they've got your money. You better get the gun and get it back. They owe you that money. It was called The Heist. And it was all subliminals, dropping little pictures, images here and there, words. Fascinating, really fascinating. Yeah.
Yes, that's I've seen similar. Not him specifically. There was a very well-known one here in America called Taurus do Brasil, from Brazil.
Okay.
And I went there as a child or adolescent. I don't know, I was 16, 15. And they will do that stuff. He will hypnotize everyone apparently, and then they will pick from the audience, and some say they were paid actors, and I don't know about that, but that's what they say.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I do believe in hypnosis, and there's regression hypnosis, which is going to past lives. There's
Sure.
also subconscious hypnosis, which is more in this life. And I had a gentleman from Argentina on El Show de Alex Hispanic channel that he's specialized on that. And there are good uses to it, mate. I mean, this is more for entertaining than that, but there are good uses because you go there and you can clear traumas, childhood
Yes.
traumas, maybe something you saw as a child.
Yeah.
I know you remember The Sopranos or if you watched it,
I
but
know. I didn't watch it. I didn't.
the
That was
character Tony Soprano, the main character, he will have panic attacks, and
okay.
they apparently once, I mean, just something happened that he remembered the origin of that was generating the panic attacks, and it was one time that his father, there was a lot of blood. He did something to someone out there in a butcher shop, and there was a lot of blood, and he passed out with a panic attack because
Sure.
he will be the kind of panic attacks. There are different types, and he will be that type that he will pass out
Oh.
driving or what. He will hyperventilate. Usually,
Oh.
you could just be very anxious,
Yeah.
uh, high heart rate, and you feel you're having a heart attack. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
And there's another kind you pass out.
That's
The people that see
dangerous.
blood and pass out, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
They also call it a vagus response, and there are different kinds. Okay,
Yeah.
but that kind of thing. I mean, he went to with a psychologist, and they worked it out without hypnosis. But
Yeah.
those kind of things, there's so much use in this
Yes.
going to the subconscious because we are full. It's amazing what we ignore, mate. It's
Yeah.
amazing about us, what we know about us or history,
Yeah.
even in this life. Let's not talk about past lives or the astral. No, no, no. Let's keep in this body, this life.
Yeah.
We're full of trauma stuff, even with on TV,
Yeah.
mate.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, we were 8, and maybe our parents were watching something that we shouldn't be watching because we're not the right
Yeah.
age, and you suddenly watch it and
Yeah.
and you don't
True.
sleep for the night, but the trauma stays. Okay.
That's true. And that hypnotism, like on that, what you just said is they need you in a theta state, like a really relaxed state. So you're so relaxed that you're almost falling asleep, and then they can get right into your subconscious.
Mhm.
And once you're in that relaxed state, you're very receptive to what they're saying. So they could say to you, "Yeah, cigarettes. The next cigarette you're going to smoke is going to be dipped in tar and grease and rubbish,
And you're gonna
and when
hate
you taste,
cigarettes.
it's going to taste like dog's mess." And then like, right, 3, 2, 1, come back, open your eyes. Oh, okay. They feel refreshed. They're like, yeah. And the next time they take a cigarette, it's like, ugh, don't want that.
Mhm.
Because they're in that very relaxed it's called theta, Theta. And children are in it from 0 to 7. They say from 0 to 7, children are in a theta state, which is kind of like a daydream, not really focused and alert, but in a kind of semi-awake state where and their imagination's very vivid. And it's called theta. And that's why the Jesuits say, give me a child till they're 7 and I'll give you the man. That's where the saying comes from. And yeah, once you're in that relaxed state, and you can do self-hypnosis as well. You could, give yourself affirmations. You get into a relaxed state and just make them up. I am complete. I am healthy. I'm happy. I'm strong. I'm complete. And just repeat it. And that is the same method that hypnosis use. So you don't even need a hypnotist.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. It's hard to do self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
Also, one thing about if you're watching or thinking of doing hypnosis, just watch out who you go with.
Yes.
Be sure he or she is recommended by someone close to you. That's the only thing I can say. Don't
Yeah.
go by a website or no.
No.
Something very, very potentially things will go wrong. Okay, if you get it in
Yeah.
the wrong hands. Because
Yes.
once you're in that state, they can program you whatever they want. Okay.
Yeah. That's
And
it.
so I
Yeah.
believe this is not very different from meditating, mate. I did a show on the 5 minutes before going to sleep, which is that state, which I believe you are preparing the sleep state
That's it.
to do this kind of affirmations and work on stuff. Okay. And
Yeah.
I believe you saw that on the Adopt episode with Maria. I believe I spoke about my experience when I was young, which I believe they were possible exactly because the brain was not interfering. Okay. And I was told as much. you are gonna forget us. Why? Because your brain is
Yeah.
gonna take over. And even as much as you want to see us again, you're probably not gonna see us again in this lifetime because your brain, as an adult, I'm talking 8, 9,
Yeah.
not child or something like that, is gonna take over.
Yeah.
So that's why meditating and clearing your brain and that I don't see anything wrong with that. I know a lot of people say that's when demons creep people. Yeah, demons can creep people, and there are demons here right now. Okay, it's how
Yeah.
you deal with that stuff and the
Yeah.
discernment, and especially if something feels wrong, is wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
your mind says no, maybe no. If something feels wrong, it's like you're walking down a street in a city at night, and it feels wrong, is wrong. Get out of
Yes.
there. Get a taxi. Get out of there. Go
Yeah.
to safety because is wrong. Okay.
That's the
Uh,
compass. That's it.
yes.
That's
Yes.
never. Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same
It's
in
it.
a relationship, same in a friendship, same in a job. When things feel wrong, but we force ourselves sometimes, mate.
Yeah.
Because then when the analytic mind, the egoic mind takes over, no, but this, you're making good money. Just hang on
That's
for
it.
a while.
Yeah.
Feels wrong,
Justifies.
feels wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Mate, we're about
Yeah.
there. We'll usually do like an hour.
Yeah.
So
It's
we get
good.
the possibility that we get the dubbing in YouTube, which is now to 23 languages.
Wow.
Yeah, we get some very strange ones. Honestly, they expanded it to 23 languages, but the video has to be less than an hour. So we are right there with time. Do you want to say something in closing?
Um. No, I'll just. Well, last thing. Yeah. Yeah. The programming is the voice in our heads. To finish, it's like the chatter in our head is the programming, and unless you're quiet and like you're walking down the street, what I do is I'm mindful. It's not a meditation, but it's mindfulness. I'm aware of my feet on the ground. I'm aware of my breathing. I'm aware of people around me. And that's my present moment. I'm enjoying and being grateful for the present. So the mind doesn't have any energy because my attention is in my five senses. And then it drains the mind of energy. It can't think. But when you're in your head, it's like the hourglass again. You turn up the hourglass, you put the sand in your head. That's when all the thinking can happen because it's got energy, your attention. You're giving it attention. So I would just say the programming is to dissolve it, to dissolve all your programming, or at least start to dissolve it. Come to your senses, come into your five senses, the sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and feel your feet on the ground, feel the air on your face, breathe your breath, and stay in the present. Be grateful for it because the mind is it's not real. It's a fake world that you're using up all your energy in. And it's, you know what I mean? Like you've got a car, you're revving the engine, but you're stuck in neutral. Thinking is, to me, is overrated. And yeah, if you're present, the programming dissolves eventually. So great show, mate. Yeah, thanks very much. Good
No,
stuff.
thank you, mate. I really enjoy it. If you don't mind, I'd like to add something to that, or basically agree with you that
You
uh,
can agree.
no, that the programming works through the brain. That's we know as much.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
The target is the brain. So if you're in the present moment, you're not in your mind. Because
yeah,
if you're in your mind, you're not in the present moment. I don't know if
yeah.
that makes sense, but
Not be both places, can you?
you cannot be both places. So that's advice. That's an advice I want to give everyone. Suggestion. You don't not advice, but suggestion. Be in the present
Yes.
moment, and you're gonna be fine. So that's what I'm talking. You can have the air quotes pleasures of this reality
Yeah.
without guilt, like going to a game, going to a soccer game. But if you're enjoying it, you are not thinking if your team is gonna win, if your team,
No.
you are just enjoying the play that is in the moment.
Yeah.
You're in the present moment. You are fine. You
You
are
get more out
not
of it.
being programmed. Okay.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you if the game ends and your team loses and you're walking outside the stadium and you see a fan or group of fans of the other, like hooligan thing, you see a
Yeah.
group of fans of the other team and you start fighting and shouting, you are responding to the programming. Okay.
Exactly.
Uh, if you're out there in an airport, in a bus station or something, and someone cuts you the line and you say, God bless you. I mean, or
Yeah.
if you respond and you become belligerent, you say, no, that's not fair. And you are responding to the programming. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
If you just go back to the present moment, I mean, the Buddhists got it right. The Zen state is is that. You see the Buddha kill him.
Yes.
What does it
Yeah.
mean? It's the highest thing you can have in your mind, the Buddha. And if you see him in your mind, kill him. That's a metaphor, by the way. It's not real
Yes.
kill him, but it's
No.
dissolve him, erase
Yeah.
him, clear him.
Zen,
Okay.
is it? No mind, no problem, they say.
Exactly.
No mind, no problem.
So some will say, well, if I'm not in my mind, I'm not living because I'm not thinking and I'm not living this reality. You are feeling. You are
Yeah.
living through feel. And that's,
Yes.
believe me, that's great. And I'm not saying I'm able to do it all the time or even a part
Oh, no.
of the time. It's hard to do.
Practice.
And I think, in a way, the monks that go to the monasteries, that's what they're shooting for. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think you can have, I honestly believe you can have the best of the two worlds. Having here your friends, your life, your family, your job, enjoying the things of this reality because they are to be enjoyed. Having
Yes.
some food, having even a drink, having, I don't know, whatever. You can
Yeah.
have it, but you mustn't allow the programming to kick in. I mean, if it does,
No.
it does. And the problem, I mean, the thing is, shooting for perfection maybe is not realistic. But as
Yeah.
soon as it kicks in, realizing it, you are
Triggered.
great. You're in great shape. And one example will be you
Yeah.
get out of the game, you're upset, and someone shouts, and you said, you know what? I'm not going to engage. Be well. I'm
That's
happy
it.
your team won. I'm just
That's
going to
it.
go home. You
That's it.
control the programming. But when it takes over,
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's so many things going on. You said even demons and stuff like that, that voices you hear, and these stories of people that do stuff really, really creepy stuff that they say a voice asked me to do it. Well, who knows what it was, probably your mind or a demon or the programming or
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what we're facing. Once you know what you're facing,
Yeah.
you are in good shape.
That's it.
It's not like,
Aware.
oh my God, there's programming everywhere. Sure, just realize it. Don't forget it.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
forget it. And you're
Choose
gonna be fine.
wisely. Isn't it?
Yes.
Choose it wisely. Yeah, great, mate. Yeah.
And make choices. One example is you have a friend that maybe is not really your friend, that he's constantly bombarding you and trying to implant stuff because there's people like that. Okay?
Sure.
Stop seeing this person. Follow your
Yeah.
heart. Feels
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
is wrong.
Yeah.
If it feels wrong, is wrong. Okay?
That's a divine compass.
Yes. Like, in relationships, man, it happens on both sexes, but these males that they constantly say, oh, are you gonna eat that to the lady girlfriend or spouse or whatever? Because you're really fat, or have you seen yourself in the mirror? You're really ugly or really old lately. Leave this guy. I mean, why do you
Well,
need that? You don't need
yeah,
you don't
no.
need to be subjected to that. I mean, he clearly doesn't love you. I mean, if he's saying stuff like that.
Yeah. That's controlling, isn't it? That's controlling.
I mean,
Controlling.
I'm not saying I'm the perfect husband, man, but I tell my wife stuff like, "Wow, you look pretty today," and I really feel it. It's
Yeah.
what I'm feeling.
That's it.
She's 52 like me. She's obviously age takes over. Yes, but
Yeah.
she's saying, but it's what I feel,
It's
and
beauty. It's good.
I
Yeah.
think if you're saying that to someone, and we're talking about an old acquaintance from Beach, remember before we call it,
Sure.
that this person made fun that someone passed away. If you're with
Bad.
someone like that, if that's a friend of yours, if that's someone you have, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. And I just want to say something more before I forget.
Yeah.
For the first
You're
time
like
ever.
Columbo. You're like Columbo. One more thing.
Yeah, yeah, go
Just one
ahead.
more thing.
Go
No,
ahead.
one more thing. You said.
Okay.
Do you get it?
No, that for the first time that I have both channels, English channel, this one, the Alex Show, Spanish channel, El Show de Alex. If you speak Spanish, please, on the video description at the end, you can find the link on the channel description as well. I put it everywhere, or just in your browser, elshowdealex.tv, and it will take you there. For the first time ever, today, Tony on the English channel and Tony on the Spanish channel with an old chat
Okay.
dubbed to Spanish. So you're gonna be doubling double invoice today.
Double dose.
Double dose of Tony. But if you speak Spanish, please go to the Alex Show, because that chat we had of the source of evil or something like that, where does evil come from, something like that. 40-minute
Okay.
chat, great chat. And I think it relates to this one, by the way, to the programming, to the ego, to the mind. That's the conclusions we had on that chat that happened 2 years ago. November of 2023. All right, so
Wow.
for the first time ever, Tony, you're going to be on both shows.
I'm everywhere.
On the same day, I want to clarify. There have been a few guests. Maria has been on the boat shows, and Patrick Vargas from Chile, and that. But for the first time, you're doubling up. Okay.
You can't get away from me.
So
You
if you are feeling, you speak Spanish, and if you're feeling you wanna see Tony again, go ahead and please visit us on the show, the Alex, which is independent shows. I mean, I do a lot of the similar subjects, but every show is from scratch. And I have more guests there. Victoria from Spain, Angelito from Mexico, and many, many others. All right. Take care, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it, Alex. Good to be back.
Take care, everyone. Have a nice
Thanks.
day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We are all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very